Welcome, everybody. Here we are, Soundwaves TV, banding together. We made it.
Barely.
So much for
but
being
yeah,
here.
we did.
We made it, guys. We have put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this show, and it's taken weeks to get us here. And we are honored and proud to be here and giving you this music and these great conversations that we're going to have today. And wow, what a day. I'm so excited. I just might cry, and we have barely gotten started.
Oh, I think you'll cry.
I will a few times. It's fine.
I cried a whole lot. Just didn't know why, though. I mean, I was hoping it was for a worthy cause, but it's like, why am I crying?
As he's eating Oreos and stuff.
Right. Yeah, laying in bed with bonbons. Why am I crying?
It's going to be an emotional day. I make everyone feel better because I always cry. So it's fine.
Yes. I don't feel alone because Chasta is crying. It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to you guys, being on both sides of it, this side with you guys, but also, one of the performers.
That's right.
Just getting to throw it down just, as quickly and bare bones as possible. But definitely feeling what all the other wonderful musicians are feeling. Got to be a part of something like this. And I'm proud to be a part of both sides of it with you guys and with the musicians. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
And one of the incredible things about this, I mean, this is sort of like sound. It's not even Soundwaves on steroids. It's like the Soundwaves Christmas on steroids, because we're the Christmas show. We've done it for over 30 years, and it's kind of a thing we're used to doing. This is a brand new thing. We've got so many people that are falling out of their tree just trying to give us stuff and to get involved in everything. This is what rock and roll is all about right here, kids. I love this.
So true. As the producer who has to collect all this stuff, what's fascinating is that, you throw it out into the void, you throw out the request and you go, hey, do you think you might be able to record a whole performance for us in your house?
Yeah.
And we figured, well, you know what, maybe we'll get enough for, maybe a show. We've gotten, when I say dozens, we've had to say no to some people, which kills me because, it's incredible. I have never seen such an outpouring of support and people just doing their part. And I just want to take this moment to say something very serious that needs to be addressed, and that's, how about Steve's quarantine beard? Because, dude,
give it up for the
over the course of the
beard.
last few weeks, we could animate your beard just like doing its thing. Like how far are you going to go with this, man?
Well, I started off and it was kind of like a John Krasinski kind of, quarantine beard thing. But I've gone full Nick Offerman at this point. So I'm going to say this. Now, I want you to pay attention to the fact that while the show is going on, I'm going to be judging you silently and drinking whiskey.
Oh, yes.
That's a good plan. I like that.
I feel like he's the world's most interesting man. That's what you look like right now, which is a very dapper compliment, if I do say so.
Thank you.
And as he continues to drink, he'll only get more interesting to him.
And he'll only get more hair on his chest.
All right, let's get this party started. We're going to kick things off with one of our favorite Newberry artists, new to us, but he's been doing stuff for a long, long time. And when we asked him if he wanted to contribute, he's like, I got something kind of cool. His name is Mickelson. He doesn't want us to tell you his first name. That's cool. We're going to tell you the first name of the gal who's playing with him. It's his daughter, Sadie. Let's get this party started. It's banding together.
I sat up from my bed, a bruise on my back, a bump on the head. Wondering if my welcome was overstayed. I think I finally found the proof. I'm getting too long in the tooth to celebrate. Not every day's a parade. to arrive, and the last one gone. I'm back behind the plow, digging in the dirt. I was rich, but I am working now. The sweat is on the brow, too humble to be proud. I was rich, but I am working I'm gonna take the hat off and put a shave on my face. Get out of the park, tag every days. I wanna dance with the girl I took to the prom. Yeah, baby.
Hey, old lady, why you treat me so mean? Meanest old lady that I ever seen. You know, meanest of royal, baby, you be the queen, and I could be your jester. Hey, old lady, why you treat me so bad? Meanest old lady that I ever had. Trying to make you laugh, it's only making me mad. Your sign must be do not enter. My queen, won't you please, won't you please, won't you please love me, yeah. Oh, my queen, won't you please, won't you please, won't you please love me? Come on. 2 for a dime, 4 for a quarter, and I could be your jester.
Hey everybody, Dennis Willis here with Soundwaves TV and Banding Together. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with us and watching and supporting and everything you do for us. If this is your very first time seeing Soundwaves anything, well, welcome to the party. We've been doing this a while. You could check us out, our history, you could watch past episodes at soundwavestv.com. Please do. And I just have to say that, you know, going back as long as I do, Soundwaves day one from back in the 80s, I have to say I've never seen an outpouring of local musicians, of local talent who have responded and pivoted, really, to a changing tide as much as they have now with this pandemic, with the shelter in place. There is more amazing music being made, despite the fact that we can't gather in clubs, despite the fact that releasing albums is hard, we can't promote them. The entire community has stepped up, and it makes what we do here at Soundwaves just feel right. Just feel important. So if you're here, I don't want to toot our horn too much because honestly, it's an honor and a privilege, but welcome and thank you very much. And we've got a lot more great stuff coming up. Coming up, we've got exclusive performances from Lola, Kristine. Wait until you see this. Tennessee Whiskey is the song she's going to do. Holy guacamole, it's amazing. We've got Pamela Parker joining us, an amazing talent, and she'll be performing for us solo from her house. Rick Hardin is going to join us, and Bay Area rock legend Phil Demmel, not to mention Shannon from the Stone Foxes, Zach from 107.7 The Bone, and Radio Rehab's Dana Keys. She's a doobie daughter, and she's awesome. She'll be joining us in a little bit. But right now we're going to cut over to Chasta, and she's hanging out in the Zoom call with a lady who I'm so honored and proud to say has become a member of our extended Soundwaves family. We're talking about the great Lisa Montrose. And Lisa is not only a great rock and roll icon because of her proximity, of course. She was Ronnie Montrose's wife, but she is deeply involved with a lot of really important Bay Area and music issues, none the least of which an organization called Sweet Relief Musicians Fund. And that's what Chasta and Lisa are going to tell you about right now.
Hey guys, you're watching Soundwaves TV, Banding Together. I had to get this lady on to talk about Sweet Relief. Who is this lady? Who's under the mask? Who's that beautiful half a face I see there? Lisa Montrose is with us. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today, love.
I'm just enjoying this phase where I get to work my inner cowboy.
Yeah, I know, right? You look good rocking that mask, girl. I love it. It's a nice, funny little twist. Oh, you got to have some sort of sense of humor, right, in all this?
Well, you know I love talking about Sweet Relief. It's a charity organization for musicians and musical industry workers, anyone in the music industry. What I really like is they started, I think about a month ago, the Mental Health Fund, which is really interesting. So if you're having an emotional issue, you know, it's all about our body, mind, and spirit. If you're having an issue with that, there's medical fund, housing needs, those sorts of things.
Yeah. It's true. You know, I think people might assume that, you know, if you're a musician that's been around for years and years and you've made a lot of records or you've made money, that you might be immune to this in some way, but that's absolutely not the case, because what people forget, you know, there are many bands that I have talked to privately that are having issues with canceled shows and their crew. They want to keep their crew healthy and alive. So maybe they're paying the bills to their crew as employees and taking the hit themselves, or they've had to let go of their crew, you know, and that's a personal struggle as well. And then those people are out of work. There's so many layers to all of this.
There's the primary losses, the secondary losses, the things that come up unexpected. Yeah, they are running a business. And then, man, I can't imagine where this is at. And then if the shows are canceled for this year, or if they had festivals they were doing in Europe, you know, all of it. And what's going on now, what and when.
Yeah, exactly. What and when and what it will look like. You know, we've talked a lot on this show about a lot of different aspects of the live show when it comes back. You know, what will that be when we can get together in a small venue? It's probably not going to be exactly the same way that we ever saw it. You know, this is sort of a pre 9/11, post 9/11 thing, right? Pre-COVID, post-COVID. Like, things are going to change drastically moving forward, even once this is all up and running. How do you feel this might look, in your opinion, when we get back together?
I have no idea what it's going to look like. But,
yeah.
I mean, I've even been talking to musicians, and some of them are happy for the break. And then I was thinking this morning, like, are some of them recording albums now? You know,
right.
What are they pulling from their wellspring right now? You know, what are they doing? And then will that help them in the future when the tours hit? Then they can use this as a selling tool.
Yeah, I think, it's funny. I think a lot of bands, music in general comes usually from hard things, right? Heartbreak or like extreme emotion, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? So in some ways, I think this whole thing can be used to process, and we might have some really great music out of it. Like you said, like great albums. I know Metallica said that they're working on some stuff. Talked to Ricky Phillips from Styx, thanks to you. And he said they were working on stuff as well. So there's been some creative juices happening. But we got to keep hope alive that on the back end of whatever and whenever this ends, that these bands will still exist and that the venues will still exist as well, which is why we're doing this today. We're talking about all aspects of the music scene because it affects every single one of them in so many ways.
For the musicians that you're providing this platform for them. So I can only imagine this banding together, that they're getting excited because this is going to carry on. This is a piece that we'll have for a while. We can watch it again. We can watch it months from now, what have you. So this I think is good for them. It gives them exposure, and that's really important right now and for the future.
Thank you. That's what it's meant to do. And that's our hope and prayer, is that, this will be kind of a resource people can go back to and see all of the great information with the charities, but also see all these inspiring bands that are still being creative, even while sort of put in place, right, in their jail cell. They're still like making things happen and making magic. And it's super inspiring to see what people are doing when they're home. So Lisa, you're always the perfect person to talk to. When we're talking about inspiration and joy and positivity and light in the world of rock and roll, you are my go-to sister. So thank you so much for just being you.
I live, eat, and breathe that. I mean, I think if you stay that way, that's who you are in the fiber of your being. So yeah, we all have funky days, and we can do something about it.
That's right. Amen to that. All right, you guys. So give out Sweet Relief's website real quick so everybody has that.
Sweetrelief.org.
Easy peasy. Sweetrelief.org. Give what you can, if you can. If not, you can always share. That costs nothing. So just get the word out to those who need it. All right, you guys. We'll be right back. Lisa Montrose, thank you so much. You guys are watching Soundwaves TV, banding together.
Hard to concentrate with what they're playing on the background radio. I know I had a choice to make. There could be consequences someday for me down the road. But one look at you and I found out why the world started spinning in just one touch. All I think about now is a room that's spinning. I learned what it is to be what they call all infatuation. Well, the room is spinning. The room is spinning all around me. Yeah. So I try to listen in. Truth is, miss some of the words that you said near the beginning, and I'd like to hear you again. No, I don't wanna miss your meaning, 'cause one look at you and I found out why the world started spinning in just one touch. All I think about now is a room that's spinning. I've learned what it is. I know what it is. Oh, the room is spinning. Yeah, the room is spinning. Oh, the room is spinning. The room is spinning all around, yeah. chilling, I found out while the world started spinning in just one touch. All I think about now is a room that's spinning. I learned what it is, I know what it is, but the room is spinning. Yeah, the room is spinning. Oh, the room is spinning, yeah, all around me, yeah, all around, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh.
So my friend Dennis asked me to say a few words about what music means to me. I'm Shannon from the Stone Foxes, and I think there's a lot of us who feel like we grew up with a little bit of an absence of culture. You know, a lot of European mutts and, you know, a little bit of Scottish, a little Italian maybe, lots of, you know, some German, some Bulgarian, some, you know, who knows what, and it's hard to find home sometimes. And I think for me, music has always been the home, you know, like the first few Bob Dylan records, or, you know, records from the band, Cream, some Led Zeppelin, you know, but, you know, mostly that, you know, kind of that Joe Cocker kind of Mad Dogs and Englishmen. When I heard those bands when I was really young, that felt like, well, that's something I can hold on to, and that's like my thing, and that's home. So to me, music is more of a place and a home to hold on to. When you don't really have one.
I used to spend my nights out in a bar room, yeah. And liquor was the only love that I have found, yeah. You rescued me from reaching for that bottle and brought me back from being too far gone. Oh, you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey, and you're as sweet as strawberry wine, and you're as warm as a glass of brandy, yeah. Oh, I stay stoned on your love all the time, yeah. Now I looked for love in all the same old places, but I found the bottom of the bottle always so dry. Oh, and when you poured out your heart, I didn't waste it, 'cause there's nothing like your love. It whiskey. And you're as sweet as strawberry wine. And you're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. You are as smooth Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey.
Lola Kristine doing her very own smooth, sexy version of Tennessee Whiskey here on Soundwaves TV, banding together. Love that? Then you're going to love this. We've got much more on the way. In fact, stand by for exclusive performances from Pamela Parker. Also, prolific musician Francesco Echo is also on the way. Our good friends in the Dave Friday Band doing a song from their brand new album, Actions That Have Consequences. Also, Bay Area rock legend Phil Demmel is going to be doing a very special performance with his wife Marta. Stick around for that. You don't want to miss out. Right now, Chasta is going to be chatting it up with a very special member of the extended Soundwaves family right now. Check this out.
Hey guys, you're watching Soundwaves TV, our very important festival we have put together here, banding together. We have on Zoom a dear friend of ours, Aaron Bonner from Peter Point Brewery in Pacifica, California. Hi, what's up?
How's it going? Good to see you.
It's so good to see you and your barrel behind you. That makes my heart very, very happy. So you have been a part, of course, of the Soundwaves family. You are the creator of Soundwaves TV Beer, which was so cool of you to do. We've had so much fun, and hopefully we can continue that maybe with a round 2.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Got to have a second album, right? I mean,
exactly. You know it. But Aaron, I wanted to get you on here because I really wanted to talk about the importance of supporting our bars, our breweries, our music venues. You know, we talk a lot about the local artists and musicians, but the truth of the matter is if we don't have these entertainment spots like you or like Longboard Margarita Bar, Kim, that has been another basically second home for Soundwaves. We have done so many parties there and shows there and live episodes and all kinds of fun stuff. We have really, really got to push to support you guys. Can you tell us just a little bit about your struggle during all of this chaos?
Oh, of course. So, you know, we've got a little bit better than some people because we are still allowed to operate, although on a very limited capacity. So we can't have customers in the brewery, but we're able to do well until we're able to do to-go orders, deliveries, things like that. So we can at least sell some of our beer, get some of our beer out to our customers.
Yeah.
We have the most amazing loyal customers here in Pacifica. Like, they support us. They go out of their way and jump through all those stupid hoops they have to jump through to get our beer when they could just go to Safeway and get something more easily.
I love that. That's great.
So we appreciate that so much. And that's, you know, and that's the same kind of vibe that supports the music scene as well. And, you know, you feel bad for places like the Winners to a lesser degree, but Longboard, which is a legitimate big music venue, big as far as Pacifica goes, and they're not allowed to do anything.
Right. They've been, so from what I understand, they've been completely shut down, right? Like, I mean, just like doors locked, nothing they can do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, their license type actually allows, they're not just a bar license. They have an off-sale license for beer and wine, but the city hasn't allowed them to operate with that license during this time. So they're not allowed to do anything. Ugh. So they're basically, they've closed down. They're doing some touch-up painting and some little projects, but they've got no money coming in. They're bleeding like crazy. We're bleeding, but not as quickly. It's tough. You know, we just hope we're going to make it.
Yeah, that's why we have really been pushing everybody to support in any way they can. You know, find out your favorite brewery or your favorite music venue to go support in any capacity that you're able to, whether it is buying to-go beer or maybe it's merchandise or it's a gift card or anything you can do right now to just sort of bridge that gap. Because, you know, here we are, it's been months. It's been months. And places like Longboard who have been shut down, you worry about the survival of this, quite frankly.
Absolutely. And you know, so Kim at Longboard, they did set up a GoFundMe, but it was only for her employees to give them a little something while they're waiting for unemployment to come in and things like that. So she raised some money through a GoFundMe, but that all went out to her employees. She hasn't taken anything for herself.
Yeah.
And we're just, you know, she and I both are just hunkering down trying to make it through this stuff.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we've talked a lot. I've talked in personal, private conversations with friends and family about how music has been there for us. Like during all of this quarantine stuff, you know, a lot of us have looked towards music as just something to keep our sanity, keep us inspired. And now we need to be there for the music. And when I say that, I mean for the venues, because if there's no venues left for these musicians to play, then where's the scene, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm worried about, is that places like Longboard and the other great music venues we have in the Bay Area are going to go away. And then there's no music scene.
Exactly. And then we only have like huge shows. We don't have these intimate shows. There's no flavor anymore of the Bay. And that's what we love so much. And you're a man of flavor. You know all about that, right? You gotta have good flavor in your life in order to really soak up all the goodness. So we really, really appreciate you taking the time to just kind of speak your piece. You know, we love your brewery. We were so excited when you opened. We've had Christmas parties there. We've had our own private parties there. And we just super appreciate you guys. And we're there to support you in any way that we can be, as we look at this as sort of a longer, bigger picture on the rebound of all of this craziness.
Absolutely. And we thank you guys at Soundwave so much. You guys are amazing. We love you all. You're like family.
Thank you.
And we love what you do for the music scene, for the local music scene here in the area. And there's really nothing like you guys. So thank you for doing what you do.
You got it. You got it, brother. Well, anything you need, you know, to reach out, please give Kim our love at Longboard Margarita Bar as well. And just a reminder, guys, support these venues, these bars, these breweries, where you go to get your entertainment on a weekend. You've saved a lot of money. You've been drinking at home. So when we all can really get out and about, you better be there every weekend. That's all I'm saying.
Seriously, I will be.
Yeah, me too. I will see you in person soon, and we will cheers in real life very soon.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. You guys are watching Soundwaves TV. We'll be right back.
Hey, check, sync, check. This is the truth. Take one.
Dana, and when asked what music means to me, I don't know where to start. Music means everything to me. From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I have a song constantly going in my head. I grew up with music. I can't live without it. When I go for a run, by run I mean walk, and I don't have music, forget it. I can't exercise. I can't do anything without it. I specifically can't do anything without percussion because it moves me, and it's the greatest instrument because it literally moves all the cells in your body and makes you want to dance, and especially the singers too, because it's those high notes and those vocal notes that they hit that make you cry and make you feel emotion. And I just love music. My family is my concert family and my band family and my festival family. And I just want to say thank you so much to all the musicians out there, to everybody who makes music, and to Soundwaves TV for giving me a reason to wash my hair and put makeup on, and I'm not even going to say how long.
Hope everyone's staying safe out there and keeping music at the forefront to help them get through all of this. Again, I just want to give thanks to Soundwaves for having me. My name's Pamela Parker. This next one's called Light Your Fire. I know I haven't known you for so long, but high and low, Cupid's bow struck me strong. The undertow of how your ocean flows and swept me straight to sea. And I must agree that there seems to be sparks flying with you and me, so let me light your fire. Take you higher to a place where we can be whatever we want to be. Wrapped in your arms, I felt you this morning, my dear. But when I woke to the sunlight, no one was here. Stop and go from the studio to the radio. You know I'm up and down, flying all around, missing you at every shot. So let me light your fire, take you higher to a place where we can be whatever we want to be. When you will find me, I was lying on stage. Oh, the sight of how your simple love light shines. Where is the love when I need it most, and how do you feel now? And when will the day come when I can say our love is here? Well, loud and clear I will sing, my dear, to your hemisphere all night long. And how wonderful will the day be when you can play with me, sing along. So let me light your fire, take you higher to a place where we can be all together. Yeah, we can be what we want to be. Oh yeah. Let me light your fire, take you higher to a place where we can be together. Yeah, we can be what we want to be. Let me light your fire, take you higher to a place where we
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Banding Together, powered by Soundwaves. I'm Stephen Kirk, and hey, how about that Pamela Parker, huh? An incredible talent. She's a great friend to the show. But did you know that in addition to having problems because of the whole coronavirus, lockdown, pandemic, quarantine, blah, blah, blah that we're all going through, as a performer, that's bad enough. But Pamela also works on the other side of the microphone as well at the Hyde Street Studios. So now, no performances, no studio time. So she's having a rough go of it, and we really appreciate her taking the time to put together the video that she sent in for the show today. But there's a lot more coming up. Irish rockers ONOFF, Zach from 107.7 The Bone, an acoustic performance of the brand new song from the Dave Friday Band. And on top of all that, we have got a special video coming up from none other than Metallica. But first, we have got a performance from a genuine Bay Area rock legend. Former member of both Machine Head and Violence, recently joined the heavy metal supergroup BPMD. So he's a real busy guy. So we really appreciate the fact that he took time out to put this video together and send it in for us. Here is Phil Demmel, his wife Marta, and I think Grandma's hanging out in the background as well. Check this out.
Hey, what's happening from the Demmel household on quarantine here? Hello to Soundwaves and the Banding Together movement. Thank you guys for... We're business owners, so we also are feeling the sting from that, but we're also musicians, so not being able to play live music, we really appreciate the movement that's happening here. So check out the links and help if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just enjoy some music. And from our living room and our Lego headquarters here, so we are going to play a tune that we love, and it's kind of stripped down, and we've rehearsed this for a little bit. So we're going to give you Warts and All, a tune by one of our favorite bands. Ready?
Yeah. Just a small town girl, living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train
Couple warts in there. That's what you get. Happy birthday to Marta. We're filming this on her birthday. My mom filmed for us, Lorraine Demmel. Maybe you can see her in the mirror there. So thanks everybody for, can you see me right now?
Sorry.
There you go. I know she's hot.
It's her birthday.
It's her birthday. So thanks everybody for checking out the Banding Together thing that Soundwaves TV and Chasta and Baby Huey and Kenny Sinatra and everybody having us be a part of this. So we fit it in. We made it happen. So support if you can, and if not, enjoy the music.
You know, I was interviewed last week, and I was asked a question. How important is music to me? And man, if you'd asked me the question about 3 months ago, I would have said, "Oh, it's really important." I mean, I'm a producer. I produce not musical events, but corporate events. But music has always been a really important part of my life and something I really love. And it enabled me to connect with so many musicians when we started Blanket the Homeless. And I love going to see live music. But the question now is a whole different question. It's saved me. It's been my best friend. It's been the thing that gets me out of my depression. It's been everything. I mean, when I would wake up with that horrible feeling that so many people have had of like, what's going on? I could go into my studio and pick up a guitar. I could turn on, I could say, Alexa, play Black Keys, Tom Petty, until I tell you to stop. And I'm, in fact, she's talking right now. But as Neil Young once said in his infinite wisdom, my, hey, hey, rock and roll is here to stay.
It's not always a walk in the park. With a little love, healing, happiness. With a little trying harder, give it your best. Sometimes I can't help myself but feeling misplaced. All in all, it's just the same. You're just another face. Myself saying words I never spoke. I saw myself laughing at all the wrong jokes. Listen to me when I say everything turns out alright. And all the things unglamorous are always gonna be with the fight. With a little love, healing, happiness. With a little trying harder, give it your best. Sometimes I can't help myself feeling misplaced. But all in all, it's just the same. You're just another face. Ooh, where we go from here? Ooh,
guys, you're watching Soundwaves TV banding together. So much fun today. It's been great so far. We have a lot more coming up, though. Some of the most amazing performances that you will ever see, ever, obviously. We've got something cool from Frantic Romantic, right, Dennis?
Yeah, actually, Frantic Romantic, we love those guys, and they're going to be coming on later on to say some nice words and with a really special performance. But check this out. They're appearing on a benefit album called Topo Arama Volume 1, which will generate funds to help artists feeling the effects of COVID-19. They're also going to be the only Bay Area band alongside bands from Mexico, Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil, Spain, and San Diego. Great, great stuff. We love those guys. And again, they're going to be here a little bit later on, so stick around for that.
Oh, and by the way, if this is your first time coming across Soundwaves TV because you're here for our big banding together event, now's a good opportunity to let you know about our social media presence, because we want you to be able to keep this party going. You see how much fun we're having here doing this whole Soundwaves thing, right? The party doesn't have to stop when we get done at the end of the show here. You can find us anywhere on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of those things, any of your preferred social media platforms. All you got to do is look for us at Soundwaves TV, and we'll keep you entertained.
All right, who's ready to get back to the music, dudes?
Yeah.
And dudettes, y'all ready to make some noise?
Yep.
Let's go, man.
All right, let's kick it off. Let's get back to it. These guys are on off with a special guest here on Soundwaves, banding together. Check it out.
What's going on in their world? We're gonna play you guys a little song, try to bring us all closer in these dark times. This is On Off from Ireland, and I'm Dupree, the Bay Bully from the Bay, and this is Closer. Better see I'm a beast and all that. Better for your team that you see some fall back. Before I hit the scene, look at me and all black. To the sweet hot 16 and all caps. Believe me, I'm a one of a kind. I blow your brains to your feet so you can run with your mind. Going beast mode, stick on the grind. That's how we coming with it. Be the purposes right now. Let's go with it. And act like we can have. Change pulling you closer. Don't fall. Last time I rolled up, I was such a punk. Sucker punching pumps in the gut for fun. Push over on the road to be clubbing nothing. No lovers on my shows, not a single one. On my team, so I told them that they faking bogus. Take that fist bump, shove it through your lips and hold it. Like that, now they wanna buy my hits and own it. Talking about he's legit in a freaking side, I'm kinda white. Love it or hate it, this ain't something that you kinda like. On off, hit me up, said it's time to write. I replied, yo, I got a stick of dynamite, and I'm ready to rumble. Thug yet hard yet humble. You hear us loud and clear, never one to mumble. We in the end zone, play one, cause this team don't fumble. So check it out, we 1, 2, 1, 2. Yo, call, what is you gon' do? Don't act like you deaf, man. I know you in a drum and bass. Guitar will be up when you got something to say, snitch. Never thought you hit the grip like this, cuz you can't rock it with an obviously. Trying to say we switched up. Honestly, I told you that we don't give, cause we can't get a busted groove. This is for the fans wanting something new. If you don't like this, what if fuck you? Yeah, that's how we should have liked. We can't have change pulling you closer. Don't fall. You can't have change pulling you closer.
Hey guys, you're watching Soundwaves TV banding together, and I am so excited to have Renee Richardson, my dear friend, on Zoom. You guys have seen her multiple times on Soundwaves TV, but you're back, baby. We have to talk about Metallica's All Within My Hands Foundation, because you guys have been doing such incredible work from the very beginning. I mean, Metallica has really led the way. They always do. Has really led the way in all of this. So thank you for coming on to chat with us about it.
Oh my gosh. First, Chasta, you are so good to the band and to All Within My Hands, because you're always getting the word out for us, and we appreciate that. This pandemic threw us all for a loop, and we had to pivot. I've been saying pivot a lot.
Yeah, I know, right? Pivot.
But I'm really proud of the work that the foundation has been doing, right? From the start, Metallica has always supported Feeding America and given back to the food banks. So that was a no-brainer that we were going to give to Feeding America. Sure. But back in March, we ended up giving over $350,000 to 4 organizations that really we felt needed the help right now. And that is Feeding America, of course, Direct Relief, who we worked with in the past during the earthquakes in Mexico.
Right.
And then Crew Nation, we found out from our friends at Live Nation that they were creating a fund for the crew, the people who put on those shows day in and day out. These folks go out on tour, they make live music come to life for all of us, and we sometimes don't think about, they live paycheck to paycheck. Sure. So we supported Crew Nation, and then also the United States Bartenders Guild Foundation. Mm-hmm. And that's a nod to our service workers, people in the service industry. They need our help too, because again, they work paycheck to paycheck. So this May has been all about giving again to these wonderful organizations. So we've been doing this hashtag month of giving, and basically just shining a light on those organizations that we gave money to, asking the fans, even if you're not a fan, if you just want to pay attention to what we've been doing, hashtag month of giving. We're up to the last week, where this week is all about Direct Relief, who are doing really important work. So yeah, it's been busy.
I love that. I think that's great.
Everything has been unanimous.
Yeah, easy peasy. I do want to say with Crew Nation, and while I've been talking about what you're doing on the air, I have mentioned, when you go to a show, you're excited to see your rock stars on stage, but you're not maybe thinking about who put up that stage, who's doing the lights, who's doing the audio, who's carrying all that stuff. Like, all those people are the ones that put the magic together for these rock stars, and they're unsung heroes to me. And we know people that work in this industry, and they do live paycheck to paycheck often, and they have no work coming in at all right now. No,
they don't. And you can, if you go to allwithinmyhands.org we'll keep it up for a little while, but right now we have, so each week we highlighted a different one of those charities. So the second week of May, a couple of weeks ago, it was all about Crew Nation. Yeah. So if you go to allwithinmyhands.com, you can link through and hear the stories of Metallica's personal crew members. You can read interviews with Steph Shirazi, who is the editor of So What. And some of the stories, I read of Hans, the pyrotechnic guy for Metallica, and he's just saying, you can't have a bad day. You can't sleep in. You can't be sick. When you're on tour, you have to bring it, and you have to bring your A game, especially if you're lighting fire next to human beings.
No kidding, right? Exactly. That is the most important job. I mean, come on.
Right.
That's incredible. And it's those stories that are so fascinating, and they're the ones that you don't think about, the people that are behind the scenes, and they're not making rock star money, and let's be real. A lot of times the people in the music and entertainment industry are the last in line, to get help sometimes. And it's been real frustrating to see that.
Well, and when you bring up the last in line too, when we think about this pandemic, the first thing that was cut was, large gatherings, which includes live concerts. Sure. And the last thing that's going to come back are these large gatherings and concerts. I mean, sporting events will probably come back before any live music.
I think so too.
In the way that we knew it will come back.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree with you. It hurts the heart. And I know the guys are probably just dying to get back out there, but we have to be smart about this. They're responsible humans, and they care about their fans and the health of their fans, most importantly. So we love what you're doing. As I've been joking on 107.7 The Bone while I've been talking about Metallica, Metallica has been giving back for so long. Everyone's like, oh, they're doing really cool work right now. No, they do always. I joked the other day. I'm like, yeah, on a Tuesday in 2018, they were doing this, and now it's just come to light because they're giving so much of their heart are. And we just love what you do. And I love you, Renee.
I love you, Chasta. You know what I learned? I'm an old radio girl, whatever, but I didn't even realize that Metallica was a thing.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
That's funny. Yeah, when people say like it's gonna be May and they're talking about NSYNC, I'm like, no, it's Metallica. Come on, get it right. It pisses me off. It's like a pet peeve whenever people do that. I'm like, come on. All right, well, you guys, allwithinmyhands.org. That's right.
Yes.
All right, go there, get all the good information, spread the good word for these guys and their entire crew, including Renee, and donate what you can. I love you. Thank you for being here.
I love you too. Take care.
All right, we'll be right back. You're watching Soundwaves TV.
Sand, throwing all you see, too obscurated at the mother earth, never a rebirth, evolution's end, never will a man do, never, no, never. Fire to begin with. Deadly nicotine kills a minor pain, callous rigid chill, nothing left to kill, never seen before, breathing nevermore, never, no, no, never. Fire to begin with, bing dance of the dead, black candy's yeah. To begin with, bing dance of the dead, color my world blackened. Opposition, contradiction, premonition, compromise, agitation, violation, mutilation, planet dies, darkest color, this love, true death and life, termination, expiration, cancellation, human race, expectation, liberation, population, laid to waste. See a mother put to death. See a mother die. all said and done, never is the sun. Oh, never.
Hey everybody, Zach here from 107.7 The Bone. So what does music mean to me? I know that's a question our Chasta likes to ask often, and it comes to us from the movie Almost Famous. And here I am wearing a t-shirt for the film Yesterday. So it shows how music infiltrates our life in a good way, even when we're not thinking about it sometimes. But to paraphrase the answer to the movie Almost Famous, everything. And for me, that means whether I wake up and morning it's broken, or I'm trying to enjoy another day in paradise when I'm being a working man, or if I'm working for the weekend, if I'm rock and rolling all night long, or on my bad motor scooter and riding during the day at times like these, or any time, the spirit of music, the spirit of radio, it is always special. It brings us together and it heals us when we're apart too. And I'm not blessed with musical talent either, unlike those that you hear on The Bone or you get to watch here on Soundwaves TV. So thanks to all of you for keeping it alive and well, music, as it means so much to all of us. Thank you.
Hey there, my name is Matt Jaffe. I'm coming to you from San Francisco. I'm thrilled to be part of this broadcast. Like so many people, it's a challenge for me not to be able to go play the normal shows, but I find it inspiring that we're able to find solidarity in this virtual realm for the time being. I wrote this song when I was in college on the East Coast, and the little different residential colleges would organize these apple picking trips. You would go and pick more out. You would eat the apples while you were picking them, because that's the most exciting when they're right off the tree, right off the branch. But then you would end up with this bag of like 24 apples, and your sweet mates, they'd want a couple, but basically you'd pick so many that you got fruit flies within a week. But I was kind of discovering my love of Bruce Springsteen at this time, and discovering maybe my slightly less than love for college. And so I was sitting in a row on the bus to the Orchard all by myself, listening to two Springsteen songs over and over, The River and Atlantic City. And this is the song that came from that experience, if not from the apples themselves. This is Tomorrow's on Our Side. They can kick me off of Main Street. They can kick me out of town. They can stick me in the locker. They can kick me to the ground. There are things I keep inside me that no man can ever steal. You can try to cut the engine, but you cannot stop the wheels, because they're already spinning. They're already on the track. And if you're not looking forward, then you might as well go back. So let's drive to the border. Let's drive to the county line, 'cause tomorrow's coming quickly, and tomorrow's on our side. I'll hop every single boxcar, I'll hop every single fence. I was feeling so exhausted in the world of common sense. There's no feeling like a belly when it's full of gasoline. They do everything they can to turn you into a machine. So you come when you are called for, and you whistle while you work. And I know they call it business, but you know that it's berserk. So let's drive to the border, let's drive to the county line, 'cause tomorrow's coming quickly, and tomorrow's on our side. Now we're far from San Francisco, and we're so far from the stars. And I traded in my future for a little beat-up car. And it took me to the mountain, took me to the mountaintop. But I overstayed my welcome, now it's such a heavy drop. And your ghost was at the bottom, and it tried to break my fall. But the ground keeps getting bigger, and the sky is getting small. So let's drive to the border, let's drive to the county line, 'cause tomorrow's coming quickly, and tomorrow's on our side. Yeah, let's drive to the border, let's drive to the county line, 'cause tomorrow's coming quickly, and tomorrow's on our side. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I hope that you're doing as well as you can be during these wild circumstances. Thanks for listening.
That was Matt Jaffe and a great tune inspired by Bruce Springsteen, as you heard, called Tomorrow on Our Side. And we're going to continue the Springsteen love in just a moment, and I've got a great story for you. But first, coming up in just a little bit, you're going to want to stick around because we've got exclusive performances from our own rock star, Morris Knight. Tom Finch is going to stop by with Kimi Keating. Royal Rebels in the house in the next set, plus K-Fog legend Rosalie Howarth, Baby Huey, Yuzette Salazar stopping by. Such a fun time, banding together, powered by Soundwaves. Now, back to Springsteen. Springsteen's one of my guys. I mean, he's just one of those singer-songwriter types that later in life, I go, wow, this guy has written the soundtrack of my entire life. And I'm not the only one, clearly, by how many fans he has and how many other singer-songwriters that he has inspired, like Matt Jaffe. But I was chatting with Ken Newman, who's an amazing human, a great musician. He runs the Blanketing the Homeless Foundation, and you really should check it out. Blanketingthehomeless.org. They put out a charity record last year as a benefit, and it's really, they do great stuff. But Ken and I were talking about doing something for this show, and he says, you know, I might do a Springsteen cover. And we got on the Springsteen thing, and we started talking, and I told him, almost in passing, that my all-time favorite Springsteen song, the one that was, you know, autobiographical to me, because, you know, Bruce wrote this for me, is called No Surrender. And it was originally written as a very fast-paced number, but Bruce's version he does in concert, when he slows it down, that's just the best. That is the best. And I mentioned that to Ken, and he says, okay, well, let me see what I can do. And then he sent this along.
Busted out of class, had to get away from those fools. We learned more from a 3-minute record, baby, than we ever learned in school. Tonight I hear them neighborhood the drummer's sound, I could feel my heart begin to pound. You say you're tired and you just want to close your eyes and follow your dreams down. Well, we made a promise, we swore we'd always remember. No retreat, baby, no surrender. Like soldiers in a winter's night with a vow to defend. No retreat, baby, no surrender. Well, now young faces grow sad and old, and hearts on fire grow cold. We swore blood brothers against the wind. Yeah, I'm ready to grow young again. And hear your sister's voice calling us home across the open yard. Oh, baby, we can cut some place of our own, these drums and these guitars. Well, we made a promise, we swore we'd always remember. No retreat, baby, no surrender. Like brothers in a stormy night with a vow to defend. No retreat, baby, no surrender. Now on the street tonight, the lights are growing dim. The walls of my room, they're closing in. There's a war outside and it's raging. We say it ain't ours anymore to win. I wanna sleep beneath peaceful skies and in my lover's bed, with a wide open country in my heart and these romantic dreams in my head. Oh, once we made a promise, we swore we'd always remember. No retreat, baby, no surrender. Like brothers in a stormy night with a vow to defend. No retreat, baby, no surrender. No retreat, baby, no surrender.
Hi there, Dan Ashley here from ABC 7 News. Hope you're doing well. I'm here at my home, sheltering in place, as we've all been doing for the last couple of months, and may have to do a little while longer, even though things are beginning to move forward. Dennis and crew at Soundwaves, I'm so happy to be part of this program. I'm part of the Soundwaves Christmas special every year, and now thrilled to be part of Banding Together, because this time is so important. As you well know, so many businesses around the Bay Area are really struggling, and on that list are the Bay Area's great music venues that have gone from 100% down to 0. They can't put on any kind of event because it's not yet safe or allowed to have gatherings of people together to listen to live music. And there's so many fabulous venues around the Bay Area. I've been to many of them over the years as a music fan, and I've performed at a great number of them as a musician with my band. So I know how much fun it is to attend those great venues and to see those great performances, and how important it is in terms of its vibrancy to the Bay Area business community and cultural scene. So Banding Together, Soundwaves, Great job. Dennis, thanks for having me on as always. I'm always proud to be part of Soundwaves Christmas every year, and now really happy to be part of Soundwaves banding together, because that's what we are doing to try to help the music community. Not only are the venues suffering, but of course, so are the people who work at those venues and all the musicians who depend on the performances and the opportunity to gig for their livelihoods. So let's band together and make a difference to get the Bay Area music community through this pandemic. They will survive and they will thrive once again. Stay safe, everybody. Thanks for having me on.
I was in a permanent midnight falling in your eyes. With every look you gave me, I took it as a sign. Remembering all the dead stars that used to shine. You started turning on from the lonely nights you cried, and I said, we are ready to be found. We are 6 feet under the ground. We are howling at the moon. We are ready to die too soon. I'll tell you what she said. Lightning kissed the softest lips, and we both wanted more. The taste of your love shook me right to the core. But the pain of the past is just a nasty fucking game. So will you shelter for me if I promise to do the same? And she said, we are ready to be found. We are 6 feet under the ground. We are howling at the moon. We are ready to die too soon. You ready to die? Are you ready to die? We are ready to be found. We are 6 feet under the ground. We are howling at the moon. We are ready to die too soon. We are oh, oh. We are oh, oh, oh. We are oh, oh. We are oh, oh, oh.
Hey guys, Chasta here. You're watching Soundwaves TV, banding together. So within this festival or special, if you will, we wanted to make sure that we reached out to every angle of the local music scene, you know, venues, charities that are doing great work to help musicians, and record stores as well. So I reached out to Steve Stevenson of 1234 Go Records, and here he is via Zoom in our studio. What's up? How are you?
How's it
Thanks
going?
for coming on.
Good. Thanks for having me.
So owning a record store in this craziness right now, what is that like for you?
So it's, it's been like everybody, it's been a transition. Traditionally, about 90% of our business is through the front door.
Okay.
We sell online. We have a pretty sort of robust presence on there, but the bulk of our customers are through the front door, are our neighbors who are no longer allowed to come see us.
Right.
Within a week, I had to very quickly do whatever I could to get thousands and thousands of different items up online, which we were able to do. And so we've shifted to mail order and now curbside pickup, which has been good. We're still down about 65%. We lost Record Store Day.
Yeah.
And those two things together combined to be about $110,000 in losses over 6 weeks, which is tough to do. But that said, like, the mail order is letting us tread water. Without it, it would be over. But yeah, like everybody's business, it's been a real transition. I'm very thankful that I at least have things to sell. I have friends who are hairstylists, and there's nothing that you can't mail order a haircut.
Right,
so
right.
They're literally they have nothing to fall back on. I at least have something that keeps the lights on.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about record stores a lot because everyone involved with Soundwaves TV, we're huge vinyl lovers. I mean, I listen to vinyl almost exclusively in my house, and we do like to support, record shops. And I also want to point out the shirt behind you because we've been saying that, find your local favorite music, whatever, venue, record shop, band, whatever, and go buy their merch, go buy the gift cards, go buy whatever they have to offer, or of course, visit their GoFundMe page too. But you guys have some really rad merch that and even some shelter in place merch that you guys have created.
Yeah, and that's we have a bunch of new designs up on our website, and the response to those has been extremely good. Like the fastest selling shirts we've ever had.
Yeah.
I wish I had
purely because people want to support you. I mean, they love the shirt, but they're also just trying to keep you alive.
And that's another. It's a great thing too, where like, it's kind of a low cost way to support, and it means a ton to us. It's basically $20 and it's a cool shirt, and it like all the, there's another design we're still waiting on from the printer, but we've sold 250 of those shirts.
Wow.
250 times 20 pays the rent, like that. Right. It means a ton. And, cause I know that everybody's going through this right now. People are out of work. Other businesses are already out of business. So for people to even like think to give us that $20 for a shirt is super meaningful to me, and I've been very thankful for it.
So that's the lesson. You're saving money and going to bars and drinking booze. So spend it on merch. All right.
Yeah.
So, okay. So 1234 Go Records in Oakland. Give everybody your website and everything so they can go support you.
It is 1234gorecords.com, and on there you can find all of the links to our merch, where all of our records are. We have all of our new and used stock listed on Discogs right now. You'll find the link on that website. And it's me packing those orders every single day. So keep me busy.
I love that. Support Steve. Oh, and pay Steve's rent too. Can I say that you live above? This is the coolest thing ever. Like, I want to live above the record store. Steve lives above the record store, which I just think is the coolest thing ever. So it's a
great commute.
Yeah. Right. I'm working in my home studio right now because of everything. So I understand the 15-second commute is pretty nice. So, it's really important to keep that place open on every level of your life. So support Steve and support 1234 Go Records in Oakland. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right. You guys are watching Soundwaves TV. We'll be right back.
I'm coming up and I'm rising to you. Fear me falling. I'm living up to impossible things. Feed the calling. And if it wasn't for all that you gave, and if it wasn't for all that you saved in me, death by the distance, hell like no other. Take
take all the sorrow inside and the shame and the pain. Still play, keep away, but nothing left to hide. Crazy how the clouds roll by, chasing another scene, but nothing on my mind till I open my eyes and I see you still waiting for me. And I thank you, and I thank you. Love, take me there with full intention, just to hold you. Hearts double beating, these two arms that need you. And then I check my mistake, give me some. You better dream of the stars, hit the moon, or death by the distance, hell like no other. She'll buy the sun in the sky, she'll cry the rivers of time. Still play, keep away, but nothing left to hide. Crazy how the clouds roll by, chasing another scene, but nothing on my mind till I open my eyes and I see you. Gaze in my look away, tears will blind the view. Strange how you tend to amaze me. Change like the season, Lord knows you've been too kind. When I open my eyes and I see you still waiting for me. And I thank you, still waiting for me. And I thank you, still waiting for me.
It was our old pal Morris Knight with a new version, a stripped-down version of his hit, Thank You. Coming up, exclusive performances from State Line Empire, the Carol Garcia Band, Surf Monster, and a brand new duo called Terrier, featuring Ben Morrison from the Brothers Comatose and Erica from the T-Sisters. Well, coming up next, you know him, you love him, you've been requesting this since we started the show. Yes, we've got another from Morris Knight. This time Morris is coming along with his pal, Adam Dietz. Check this out.
Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands played the tambourine so well. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. She'd say, Ducky, don't you run so fast, might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes are in that grass. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands soothe the local unwed mother. Grandma's hands used to ache sometimes and swell. Grandma's hands used to lift her face and tell her, she'd say, baby, Grandma understands that you really love that man. Put yourself in Jesus' hands. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands used to hand me a piece of candy. Grandma's hands picked me up each time I fell. Grandma's hands, boy, they really came in handy. She'd say, Matty, don't you hit that boy. What you wanna spank him for? He done drunk no apple core, but I don't have Grandma anymore. When I get to heaven, I'ma look for Grandma's hands.
What's up, everybody? Baby Huey here, and thank you again for tuning in to Banding Together. And the ongoing question throughout this special has been, what does music mean to you? And for me personally, it's meant everything. And I know that's such a cop-out, but it's true. From day one, music has been the foundation for my life. It's shaped my personality and how I identify myself as a person. Going back to when I was a little kid, my parents would always blast music in our household, either vinyl on the turntable or cassettes and CDs on our stereo, or just the radio. And music has always been a source of entertainment, either watching MTV and all the music videos there, or getting lost for hours on end at my local record store and discovering new bands. Music has always been there. And one thing I love about music is when you can listen to a particular song, it could take you back to a certain place and time in your life. I just love how music can trigger that part of your brain. Also, music has led me the opportunity to meet so many people in the industry. So many bands and musicians and artists have become friends of mine, and I love the community it could bring together here locally in the Bay Area. And also, music has led me to my career in radio. So as you can see, music from day one has always been there for me. So I can't thank music enough for all the opportunities given to me.
Hey everybody, welcome to my music studio here in Fairfax, California. I'm Tom Finch. This is my girlfriend, Kimi Keating.
Hi everyone.
We're gonna sing you a song today in the hopes that it lifts your spirits, puts a bounce in your step. I'm a firm believer that music and the arts are critical for every healthy community and civilization. I'm blessed to be a musician and get to do what I love and love what I do. It's been very hard for me not to be able to share that gift during this time, not to be able to play live, not to be able to play with my friends. And so I'm really looking forward to being able to all be together again and rock out together in one big space. Until then, we're coming to you through the airwaves here, bringing you some music for medicine. Enjoy.
Shine like the sun, I feel it again. Sing me a song with all of my friends. No time to worry, life's a gift. Open your heart, let it in. Too many songs about winter, too many songs of pain, and I don't wanna sing another sorry heartache, and so I'm gonna sing the good music makes me medicine, and Daddy always used to say, and I just wanna play my guitar each and every day. Shine like the sun, I feel it again. Sing me a song with all of my friends. No time to worry, life's a gift. Open your heart, let it in. Well, I just wanna play some rock and roll. Just turn it up and feel that beat. Well, come on, all you people now, get up and dance with me. 'Cause good music makes me medicine, and Daddy always used to say. And I just wanna play my guitar each and every day. Oh yeah, come on now. Good music makes me medicine, and Daddy always used to say. And I just wanna play my guitar each and every day. Shine like the sun, I feel it again. Sing me a song with all of my friends. No time to worry, life's a gift. Open your heart, let it in.
Tom Finch, yeah. Pamela Parker's guitarist, being joined by Kimi Keating on the drums. Good stuff, right? It's all about Soundwaves TV. It's banding together, and that's what it's all about. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. Hey, stick around. We've got more awesome performances on the way. We've got singer-songwriter ZOLA from San Francisco. We also have an awesome, insane performance from State Line Empire. Many performances on the way that you definitely don't want to miss out on. Right now, Chasta is going to be talking to a Bay Area radio legend. Who could that be? Check it out right now.
Hey guys, you're watching Soundwaves TV's Banding Together special, and I'm thrilled to get the one and only Rosalie Howarth on the air. Of course, you guys know her from being a Bay Area radio legend and all. Also, you've seen her here on Soundwaves TV, but she's doing some great work with the Rex Foundation. So thank you for being here, Rosalie. So good to see you.
My pleasure, Chasta. It is so wonderful to see you almost in the flesh. As
I know,
close to as in the flesh as we can get.
Yeah, I saw you on Renee and Irish Greg's pop-up, and what you were talking about, your work. You're a board member with the Rex Foundation. And for anybody who doesn't know, the Rex Foundation was put together by the Grateful Dead back in the 80s and has done great work ever since. But what you're doing right now, in light of everything going on with COVID-19, is really great. So I wanted to give you a platform to speak on that.
Well, you know, I think one of the very last sectors of the economy that's going to be able to open up is going to be the live concert industry. That's a given. The governor said phase 4, but it feels like it's going to be more like phase 44. When are people going to be able to or willing to return to the stadiums and the auditoriums and the concert halls and the nightclubs to support musicians and bands?
Yeah.
And it's not just musicians and bands. The luckiest among them, the singer-songwriters, can do live streams and put out a tip jar, and maybe they're not collecting a lot, but they're staying in touch with their audience. But as we know, for every person in front of a microphone playing an instrument on stage, there's a whole support crew, the glue that keeps performances together. You know, the roadies and the sound people and the stage crew and the guitar techs and the hospitality and the drivers, they have nothing. They can't put out a tip jar and play.
Right.
So we came up with a 3-pronged approach called the Rex Roadie Relief Fund, which makes a lot of sense because Rex is named after a Grateful Dead roadie and later stage manager Rex Jackson, who died in 1976. So we are partnering with 3 really well-respected organizations to help the people behind the scenes. And the first is Sweet Relief, very well-respected
We're very big fans of what Sweet Relief does.
Right. They are supporting them not only with healthcare, which is how they started, healthcare for musicians who don't have health plans, but also housing and food and medical and referral. So we'll be working with Sweet Relief. Then there's an organization called Backline that's devoted to the mental health of musicians and touring staff, because as we know, the road can kill. It is the most pressure cooker of an environment. And there were several musicians recently who took their own lives due to the pressures of being on the road, like Neil Casal. So this organization, Backline, rose to provide mental health support for those on the road, which quickly transpired into mental health support for those no longer able to be on the road.
Right, which is a whole nother level of all of this. It's crazy.
They've lost their livelihood. They can't support their families, and it's very high pressure. They're an excellent group. So we're supporting them. And then we're getting together with Little Kids Rock, which was a tiny little group when we first funded them many years ago, and is now a multinational nonprofit that during the coronavirus shutdown, by the way, is providing free music lessons for everybody, kids, adults, singing, drumming. Just go look up Little Kids Rock and use this downtime to maybe develop a new skill and a new passion.
Yeah.
And we're so grateful to be with you who are doing, you know, an audio video presentation like this to bring such attention to the issue. It's kind of getting swept under the rug. I mean, I know that healthcare workers, first line, frontline workers, essential workers, teachers, etc., are right up there, but the lingering effect on the performance industry is going to take years to repair.
When it comes back, it's going to look drastically different. I've been talking to a few owners of venues who have been talking about, you know, ordering drinks on an app so that you don't go to the bar. There's no money exchanged, you know, that you buy instead of going to, you know, a venue where you would stand up, they would now have a table and you would buy access to a table with people that you are quarantined with, you know, your safe space, and you go to that table and that's where you stay. And, you know, I mean, those are just ideas, but we just don't know what it's going to look back like when when we come back. And so it's interesting.
I think cocktails are going to need to be sipped through straws.
Oh, for sure.
You put your mask and just sip a little bit and then put it back.
Hey, whatever it takes, right? To go to these shows again and have our music and that real life experience again, whatever it takes. Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's the bottom line, Chasta. Thank you so much for doing all the good work. I can't just wait to see all your special guests and visitors and people that are trying to toe the line as well as all of us.
Thank you so much, Rosalie. So one more time, give the website. Make sure we've got that out there.
Rex Foundation is easy to find. We're online at rexfoundation.org or look us up on Facebook at Rex Foundation. We would love to hear from you, and any little amount is welcome. I know that right now everybody's trying to pay the bills. $5, $10 to get on the virtual bus. A couple of those, and that helps a musician or crew member pay a bill. Pay the PG&E bill for 1 month. That is a very concrete little goal that we can help achieve.
I love it, Rosalie. Thank you so much for what you're doing, and thank you so much for your time today, too.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right. See you later. All right, you guys, we're watching Soundwaves TV. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Carol Garcia, and we're very proud to be a part of Banding Together. Thank you, Soundwaves TV.
You are watching Banding Together, powered by Soundwaves. I just thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm so thrilled. I'm going to get selfish for just a second. We're all sitting here working our butts off up until this moment, and y'all are watching it. We're watching it with you, and this is what I live for. I have such a good time with the front row seat. We have a front row seat. We all do. These are the most exciting acts and the most heartfelt acts in the Bay Area. And man, there is no place else that I want to be right now. This is awesome.
Amen.
See, that's one of the great things about Soundwaves TV is the fact that we don't just show like one type of music. We're open. The doors are open for everybody, and we're really seeing that on Banding Together today, because it's great to be able to see all these different genres and formats and the real heartfelt performances that we're getting from people. And we got to remember, these people are doing the performances you're seeing today are because people want to be involved and they want to help support each other and support the community. This isn't because, hey, here's my new song, here's my new video, look at me. No. It's we want to share, we want to help, we want to be a part of this. And I love that.
And if you want to remain a part of it at all times, hey, this is just one thing that's happening, but we're there for you at all times. You can connect with us in so many ways, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, all those ways that, whether this is the first time you've ever experienced the whole Soundwaves experience, you can take this along, you can share it with your friends and keep the music and the vibes and the good times coming. You're absolutely in the place to be with our Soundwaves family, and we love that for you, or love you for that. All right, Miss Chasta is going to take this next one.
Oh boy, am I ever. So here's a fun little story for you. And Steve, I'm glad you brought that up, that, these performances, some of them came because we ask for them. I'm just going to go ahead and give us props, right? Pat you guys on the back as well. This became a platform for bands to perform. And I happen to have an inside track on this. State Line Empire had a brand new song that they had just recorded before we all had to shelter in place. And I mentioned to my husband, the drummer, Jay, I said, how about you guys do some sort of shelter in place video? Could you pull this off? And he was like, oh God, I don't know. I mean, that's a lot. And then they did it, and it's so cool. Now I have to give you a warning though. During sheltering in place in this quarantine stuff, we have probably, speaking for myself and probably you guys as well, we've had every emotion in the whole spectrum, right? I mean, all of it, good, bad, and ugly. This is more of the aggressive emotion. The song is called Heathen, and it's just kind of releasing your demons, right? Getting all that aggression out. We all have a little bit pent up, and State Line Empire is going to help us get it out. So get your hearts ready, you guys. It's Heathen by State Line Empire here on Soundwaves TV.
Turn it up.
it's Uzette. You might have heard me on the Bay Area radio airwaves or watched me on TV. So thanks for being here today, and thanks for inviting me. I am happy to be here. We are promoting Banding Together, trying to raise funds and also celebrate the people that make music come to life for us. So thank you for being here. Soundwaves TV, our host today, Chasta. We have Dennis, we have Steve and Morris as well. So thank you for inviting me. Check out their weekly show at soundwavestv.com. I was asked, what does music mean to me? Well, music means the world to me. I'm a third generation DJ. My grandpa was on the radio. My father was on the radio. So I just knew I had to be a part of music in some capacity. Since I really don't play any instruments, I decided to step around on the other side. Whatever music does for you, happy memories, bad memories, all varieties of memories. You hear a song and it brings you back to that moment in time, whatever that means for you. So let's band together and keep music alive, especially here in our community. So thank you for allowing me to come into your world. Thank you.
Hey guys, you're watching Soundwaves TV. Chasta here with a very important guy, David Mayeri of UC Theater in Berkeley. Hi, David. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing great. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
With you. Yes.
Good to meet you. Right. I just wanted to get you on because, number one, I'm a huge fan of UC Theater in Berkeley. Some of my very favorite shows of all time has been in that room, and you guys have only been around for, what, 4 years or something?
Yeah, we opened in 2016, April 7th, 2016.
That's right. That's incredible. But I just love your venue. I love what you guys are all about. So when we started thinking about, venues that we wanted to highlight, sort of to speak for all venues, because obviously we can't talk to everybody, but we wanted to kind of pick out a couple that could maybe speak on behalf of what it's like owning a venue right now while sheltering in place. So what has all of this been like for you, David?
It's a dark cloud that's passed over, and hopefully it passes quickly. But a little background on us. We're a 1,400 capacity, nonprofit, independent music venue. Mm-hmm. And when we're allowed to do shows, we do about 100 shows a year. And so our last show was on March 7th, and that we haven't done any shows since. And now the question is, when will we be able to do them again? Mm-hmm. And so we're, as I mentioned before, we're a nonprofit. We have not only a wide range of music that we do at the theater, but we also have youth education programs for kids youth that are 17 to 25. We teach them how to make a living in the music business. So it's a music business program. So that's a little bit on pause as well. Yeah. But the challenges that we're having, and we're not alone, the challenge that we're having as an independent music venue is that we're the first to close and we'll be the last to reopen.
Right.
And so we're fighting for our lives.
Yeah.
And in the last 30 days, an organization has evolved called NIVA, N-I-V-A, and I would encourage everybody to go check out the NIVA website. What NIVA is doing is we're now 1,400 plus venues strong, and we represent independent music venues and performing art theater houses across the country that have original programming, and we are lobbying Congress for a PPP plan that will cover independent music venues for up to 8 months. So that if in the worst case scenario, we can weather the storm. So as a nonprofit, we also have a fundraising campaign going. In fact, right now, an anonymous donor gave us $100,000, and we're matching it. So people can go to our website, uctheater.org, if they want to support us and make a donation there. This is a pandemic, so we're at war. We're at war against an unseen force, and we need government to step up and organize the efforts to fight that war.
Yeah.
So that we can get back to, enjoying some of the things. It's going to be a while before I don't know when we're going to get back to normal, but it'd be nice to be able to go to a concert and enjoy the music.
I think it's really made us all aware of different habits that we need to have overall. And I think it's going to be even more joyful and priceless when we get to do what we always did and maybe we took for granted. That's what I keep thinking to myself. I keep thinking about like how many shows in my life I've gone to, and I never once thought that would be something we couldn't do, is to gather and share our love of music. And so the fact that that's something that's been taken away from us is super hard for me.
It is. And we're going to have to rethink what the concert experience is like. I mean, there's no question that we need to do all the best practices for creating the most safe environment in terms of bacteria-free and disease-free, and clean surfaces and cleaning during shows and after shows. But then, above that, we really need to think is it effective to have, the thermal guns out in front and testing whether or not somebody has a temperature, and if so, that person's not allowed in.
Right. Interesting.
We give them a pass to come to another show. How do we, in terms of social distancing, there's a lot of discussion about current conversation. It might change this concept called pod. A lot of people are defining pods differently. Mm-hmm. So pod from an audience point of view could be, a household of 4 people who live together. And so they come to a show and we sell tables that seat 4 people. These tables are 6 feet apart. And you have to be, it's a pod that buys that ticket.
Oh, interesting. Wow, you guys really are thinking. I mean, that could almost be, stage one to tiptoeing right back into this, right?
Right. So pods, there's a Arkansas festival is going with a pod. I believe their pod range is 4 to 12 people.
Okay.
So people who have been associated or around, it could be, people that were in a dorm together, or people who, live in a house together, or people who have decided to socialize, and for whatever, maybe they work together,
right,
and socialize, and they feel it's a safe group.
David, I really appreciate your time. I know this kind of came out of nowhere when I reached out to you. You're like, who is this chick? What's going on here? But, it's from a pure heart that we just want to help.
I know. We love music. It's live music.
That's right. We live for music here at Soundwaves TV and at The Bone. And we're just trying to do anything we can to keep it alive. So, David, I hope that you and I will be in touch in any way that we can help. Just let us know. We're here for you.
Thank you very much.
All right. You take care. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, we'll be right back. You're watching Soundwaves TV.
If I showed you all of my chains, would you break me free? Would you make me free?
Or would you wait for a sign to know it's time? You don't want the line. Come to me.
Would you come to me?
Well, it's hard to break the status quo and take the things you know. Would you come to me?
Well, if my heart did
Hey everyone, Baby Huey here, and thank you again for tuning in to this special edition of Soundwaves TV Banding Together. I've been loving all these intimate performances from so many talented artists and musicians, and I'm just so proud to see so many people come together for an amazing cause. And right now, I want to introduce someone who I've been a fan of his band for almost 15 years, and we've been friends for almost that long. Matt Heafy from Trivium. His band is amazing. We met years ago. Every time him and his bandmates come to town while on tour, we all hang out together. We either get like brunch or dinner, all that good stuff. We hang out, and he's just such an awesome, down-to-earth dude. And when I was thinking of people who I want to be part of this special, he was one of the first people I thought of. So thank you, Matt, for performing for this great cause and this special. So right now, enjoy Matt Heafy from one of my all-time favorite bands, Trivium, right here on Soundwaves TV, Banding Together.
As I crawl through dirt and mud, I'm sinking under in a grave of life that was. I saw a lot, I turned my back on everything. I searched for every member pulling me down with you. But my head is circling, the fault of the earth was left of me. I sacrificed it all, and I will fight till the world goes cold. This battle's burned all that I've known until our world goes cold. Nothing will keep me from this throne. I'll fight until the world goes cold. Till the world goes cold. As I build my house of bones, you're sinking under. For all your sins you will atone. I burn it down, I turn my back on everything. I search for every member pulling me down with you. But my head that's circling, the fault of the word was lifted me. I sacrificed it all, and I will fight till the world goes cold. This battle's burned all that I've known until the world goes cold. Nothing will keep me from this throne. I'll fight until the world goes cold. This battle has burned dull. I will fight forevermore until the world goes cold. This battle's burned all that I've known until the world goes cold. This battle's burned all that I've known until the world goes cold. Nothing will keep me from this throne. I'll fight until the world goes cold. Until the world goes cold. Until the world goes cold.
Hey everybody, Dennis and Steve back with you with a special guest. We'll get to him in just a second, but you're watching Soundwaves TV, Banding Together, and don't go away because coming up, we've got the T-Sisters with an exclusive video premiere. We're going to check in with internet sensation Moriah Formica, and Jimmy from Stimuli is stopping by, and he's got something really cool too, but I just wanted to welcome our old friend, our old compatriot, Mr. Joe McCaffrey. Welcome, sir.
There he is. Yay! Thank you so much. Hey, appreciate you guys having me and being back, and miss you guys, man. Where you been?
Yeah. Miss you too, brother.
Where you been sheltering?
You're looking at it.
Yeah. Good to see you, though. Good to see you. Hey, we wanted to bring you back because the subject is music. And, whenever you come on, Joe, we talk about girls, we talk about beer, we talk about fun times and shenanigans. But thing is, you and I grew up together. You grew up 2 houses down the street from me. And I know what music means to you. So I'm just going to throw it out to you. Talk to me about Joe McCaffrey's relationship with music.
Well, music is life. It's just like it's always been in my life ever since I was a kid. My parents were big into music. Well, my dad, of course, was big into music. Right. And there's always music playing in the background at our house, and it continued on for me. It's like it's like music is everything. Music, it's in your soul, and it's just there, and it accompanies you through life, and that was one of the big things that when we were talking about music, one of my thoughts is that music kind of bookmarks different parts of your life. It's like you're like, oh yeah, what was I? It's like that song. Oh, that was in high school, and I was doing this and I was doing that, and this song. That song was like just after when I and this song. Oh, that's a breakup song. It's like, so it's whether good or bad, music is part of your life. It's ingrained with it, and it's just so much, and I always have music around with me 24/7.
Awesome. And Steve, your relationship with music can be a little more tangible at times, right?
You see, I've been thinking about this a lot because we've been talking about music. I mean, we're always about music, but we've been talking about music over the past few shows. And to me, music is everything, like Joe said. Music is always there. Music is whatever you want it to be. Music's whatever you need it to be. Do you need a best friend? You put on your favorite record and you're there. Do you want to have a little romance going on? You feel shitty? Do you feel great? There's all that kind of music there for you. I think about, we've been doing that post your favorite albums, the most influential albums kind of thing. Right. And I posted the Jim Croce album. And Jim Croce is one of those guys where I remember, like, for years, for decades now, I've put on a Jim Croce album and I'll smoke a cigar or two and I'll just kick back and I'll just, go to that place, and sometimes it's pensive and it's there's stuff going on in your life. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's good. Music is whatever you need it to be whenever you need it to be. And that's one of the things I love about it because it's always there.
Music is a time machine. You're absolutely right. I mean, like there are times I'm out here done working at 2 a.m, house is quiet, and I'll pick an era I want to go back to, good or bad, and I'll throw on a song and I'm there, and it's funny because music for me, we can talk about how music is for us now, looking back over 30, 40 years of our life. I will never forget the music. I'll never forget the moment that music took hold for me. And that's, being the wimpy kid that, friends came and went and, getting beat up after school and all that stuff. But you know what? My one constant I always had, the one thing aside from my family and my immediate friends on the block like Joey, aside from all that stuff, I always had my music. And there were songs that were mine. Like, I could express myself in my head because those lyrics were assigning words that my prepubescent brain didn't know to put together yet.
Well, and I think about like my Paul McCartney and Wings album, my Band on the Run. That was the first album, the first rock and roll album I ever bought with my own money. And that album has been with me. I bought it in the mid 70s when it came out. And between the mid 70s and the late 70s, there was a lot of coming of age things that were going on in the Kirk household, if you know what I mean. And that record was there constantly. It was there. If that record could talk, it's one of those things. But I look at that album and it really, you're right. It just puts you right back to that time, to those moments. And there really isn't anything else like that. There isn't anything like music like that.
Yeah.
No, it's like a time machine. It's like a portal, like to go back, and it's just you just remember those things. It's like it's funny because you put a song on and it's just like, well, wait a second, and it's just like it's something will triggers in your brain, and it's a thought or a point in time that you haven't thought about in 30 years, and it'll be like there, and it truly is amazing. It truly is. That's why it's so
Well, that's
important.
why we're all here today, man. It's the power of music. It's the thing that absolutely must stay, and that's what we're fighting for today, Joey. I'm so glad that you had a chance to stop by and join us virtually. We got to do this in person soon.
Definitely. Awesome to be here, and of course, always down with you boys.
Socially distance, of course. I mean, you can set the beer down and walk back 6 feet. That'll work.
No, I'm just walk back 6 feet with the beer in my hand.
Oh, no, it's not. See?
Oh, your beer. Okay. I don't put beers down.
See, and I was just saying something nice there. What is this?
You should have known better.
I know. All right, I'll say it anyway. I love you, Joe. Thank you very much for coming on. Let's do this again. We have something really, really cool. Steve, one of our favorite new members of the Soundwaves family is SONA.
Absolutely. She kicks all kinds of ass when she gets up on stage, and actually off stage too. She's really amazing. You've got to love SONA.
Absolutely. And so she found out we were doing this thing, and she's like, I'll contribute. And boy, did she. Check this out.
Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory, falling on my head like a new emotion. I want to walk in the open wind, I want to talk like lovers do, want to dive into your ocean. Is it raining with you? So baby, talk to me like lovers do. Walk with me like lovers do. Talk to me like lovers do. Here comes the rain again, raining in my head like a tragedy, tearing me apart like a new emotion. I want to breathe in the open wind, I want to kiss like lovers do, I want to dive into your ocean. Is it raining with you? So baby, like lovers do. Walk with me like lovers do. Talk to me
Greetings, Soundwaves TV. Frantic Romantic here. Hope you're staying safe and healthy. We would just love to say hello, check in with everybody. We feel like we're a part of your family, and we're always happy to be chatting with you, and always happy to be a part of your community. So thank you. From Mr. Kristine, the singer, from Rick O'Connell, our drummer, from Zeke Zero, our bassist, from Brian Rat Steele, our guitarist, and from Ruben Beltran, our other guitarist.
Great.
From all of us here in Frantic Romantic, we will see you soon. And until then, take care.
Made love, I send, embrace you, friend. I can promise you that everything's gonna change. It's time to mend. Finally letting go of everything I should say. Keep me up and I gotta find a new way. The more I get of you, the more I'm left wanting. Even in my dreams, you're always gonna haunt me, no matter where I go. No matter where I go. So I call your name. No, I feel the same. All your demons from your past don't make you strange. I'm glad you came. Finally letting go of everything I should say. Keep me up and I gotta find a new way. The more I get of you, the more I'm left wanting. Even in my dreams, you're always gonna haunt me, no matter where I go. No matter where I go. We chase the dream. A place I've seen. We chase the dream. A place I've seen. Oh, finally letting go of everything I should say. Keep me up and I gotta find a new way. The more I get of you, the more I'm left wanting. Even in my dreams, you're always gonna haunt me, no matter where I go.
So I made a crew out of all of you. I have friends here all the time. Never gave it too much thought. The situation's all I got. 6 minds thinking on their own. 6 minds, everyone a clone. You and you and you, me and you too. Complicated, but it's fine. My 6 minds. Six minds take it on their own. 6 minds, everyone a clone. You and you and you, me and you too. Complicated, but it's fine. My 6 minds, my 6 minds, my 6 minds, my 6
Morris Knight here on Soundwaves TV. It's all about banding together, and we are having an awesome time checking out all these performances. We hope you are too. Of course you are. Of course you are. But you know, I just got to say, especially even from a musician's point of view, how important it is and how much we really appreciate you watching and hanging out with us during this time. You know, that we noticed that all these bands coming together, all these musicians and singers and songwriters, they come together to put something together like this. You know, there's a lot that's going on in the world. There's a lot that's going on even in our communities, even in our families, you know. And one thing that always helps us is the power of music. We've heard it time and time again. It's not just a cliche. It is the real deal. When you want something to lift you up, you go to music. When you want something to inspire you, to motivate you, we all go to music. And so some of us do that in many different ways. You know, some people are listeners of music, collectors of music, enjoy it. Some of us have to create it, and that's what it's all about here on Banding Together. So we really appreciate you spending the time that you're spending with us today, and we hope you're having a great one. And we've got more great stuff coming your way here on Soundwaves TV, Banding Together. We truly, truly appreciate you watching. All right, stick around, dudes and dudettes. We've got more on the way for you. A solo performance from Jimmy Tomahawk from the band Stimuli is also on the way. Michelle Lambert trading in her fiddle for a guitar and playing a brand new song for us here on Banding Together, as well as internet sensation Moriah Formica, badass girl doing all those awesome Heart and Evanescence covers. You're gonna love it. I know we do. And of course, a brand new song from Sam Chase. It's coming up right here on Soundwaves TV. Right now, an absolutely beautiful video from the T Sisters, Cherry Wine, banding together on Soundwaves TV. Check this out.
Rise and work. walls of guilty thrown at me all while she sang the sheets of some mother thrown at me so powerfully, just like she throws the arm of her brother. But I want it, it's a crime. She's not around most of the time. Way she shows me I'm hers and she's mine. Open hand or closed fist, so would we find? But he's rare and sweet as cherry wine. Fight and fury is fiery, oh, but she loves like sleep to the freezing, sweet and right and merciful. I'm all but washed in the tide of her breathing, and it's worth it. It's divine. I have this some of the time. Way she shows me I'm hers and she's mine. Open hand or closed fist, so good we find. But he's rare and sweet as cherry wine.
What does music mean to me? That's a tough question. It means everything. It means life. It means love. It means livelihood. I come from a family of musicians. My mom was a professional singer. She sang with my aunt, Las Hermanas Falcon, and it was nothing when I was a kid to see her on stage performing in front of hundreds of people. And all those people, all those cheers, they were there to see her. They were there to enjoy the music she was creating on stage. And that was such a big part of my life growing up. My uncles, my cousins are all musicians, all working musicians. That is, how they put food on the table. That is how they make their living, by touring, by working with acts and bands, playing in venues, teaching. And to not have that right now is really difficult. In my life with my husband and my kids, my husband's a musician. My stepson is a musician. He has such a passion for it. It's part of our everyday life. It's, I come home or, walk out of my office every day and enjoy my family, and they're playing the guitar in the living room, or my stepson Getty is teaching Falcon, my little one, how to write a song. My husband is just, jamming out with his bass in the living room or in the other room or the bedroom. It's who we are. And we miss it. We miss having the venues available to enjoy all of these musicians. And, I'm not talking about the big Bon Jovis and Guns N' Roses of the world. You are amazing too. And I'm talking about the folks that are really, really struggling, because not only are they missing out on financial opportunities, but they're not able to share their creativity. And yes, Zoom and FaceTime and online performances are incredible. And what we're doing here to see that is amazing, because that's what we have right now. But I cannot wait for the day till we get to see all of this live, because there is something about sitting there in that audience, cheering on your favorite band, hearing them play live, and that sound from the speaker, the vibration of the music. I mean, it feeds your soul. You feel it in your heart. It's who we are. Songs, as cheesy as it sounds, are our soundtrack. They are the soundtrack of our lives. And no matter what you say, you'll always remember the song that was playing on the radio when you had your first kiss, or your first wedding song, or the songs that were playing when your babies were born. I mean, music is life. It's livelihood. And for us, it's beyond that. It's love. And we need to support musicians and the venues that are closed and the people who are trying to be creative and just don't have the opportunity to do that anymore. So hopefully we can all band together. You see what I did there? To support them, because it truly, truly, especially local music, local musicians really need our support. So for me, yeah, music's everything. It's life and it's love.
Mixed signals and shallow persuasion. Notes claiming to know the path ahead. Show us how they've been misled.
Hey guys, you're watching Soundwaves TV special Banding Together. Very excited to have on the line with me Kevin Arnold. He is the CEO and founder of Noise Pop. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks very much. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Well, I had to get you on the line because Noise Pop has been a huge champion of the local music scene since the 90s. And you guys have been really killing it for all this time, doing such incredible work. And
well, thank you.
It seems like in a lot of ways that, you know, our hearts align with our goal of helping out the Bay Area area music scene. So it seemed like I had to connect with you. So thanks for taking the time to chat with us today.
Yeah, my pleasure. And yeah, I totally agree. It's been a long and fun haul, but it's very interesting times these days. So
yeah. So how is this playing out for you guys? You guys are doing some cool stuff. You've got a new series going on. Tell everybody kind of what this is looking like for you guys in real time.
yeah, that's the nice way to think about it. And the reality is like we're struggling and sort of running for our lives and trying to figure out how to survive through this like everybody else is in a way. And, we, effectively March 16th, we were pretty much shut down and, like all other businesses. And, ever since then, it's sort of just been like the hard things of dealing with those realities and trying to figure out how to restructure the business and, do what we can to take care of people, but keep solvent and then, really quickly try and reinvent ourselves. And I think, maybe we're fortunate in some ways that, while we do, exclusively operate the public shows for Swedish American Hall and Café de Nord, we aren't a venue business in and of itself selling alcohol or food, right. But, we're dependent on those audiences and ticket sales for our shows. So it's been, really a pretty intense and constant process of trying to reinvent ourselves in some ways and figure out what we can do. So.
Yeah, I think that puts you at an advantage that you don't have like a brick and mortar kind of place to hold up. I mean, I'm, talked to a lot of venue owners and that's what's been so scary for them because they are completely doors shut and, a lot of them have not really known exactly what to do. So I guess you have an advantage, not that this is a competition by any stretch of the imagination. It's more of a holding hands and trying to help everyone figure out how to maneuver through this. So you guys started your series. So obviously that was you in real time evolving and tell people about what's going on there. It's super cool.
Yeah, so No Place Like Home is the series you're talking about, and it's a thing we started. We're just finished our second week of shows, our fourth show, and it's essentially a live stream virtual series of benefits that are in partnership with the local venues and artists from our community, and basically what we're doing in this case is that, as mentioned, we depend on all of our venue partners for putting on shows throughout the year and during the festival historically. So we've done shows so far that benefit the Bottom of the Hill, the Rickshaw Stop, Café de Nord, and Slim's, all of whom have GoFundMe fundraisers online, or other employee funds, as Noise Pop itself does. And, an amazing group of local artists that have donated their energy and time for us, K-Flay and Geographer and Rogue Wave, and we're coming after that. And, just one of the many ways we try to stay busy, so.
I'm so impressed by what you guys are doing because it's a very scary thing to pivot in real time and then also rely on live streaming technology. Do you hold your breath before every single show starts? Like, is it going to work?
It's definitely a lot more. I mean, it's definitely a lot more stressful than your typical live concert. And right. Like we said earlier, it's like there's so many different factors in technology that can have an impact, and we know it's not going to be a perfect experience, and that's okay. We're sort of all about doing this DIY and trying to make it fun and intimate, and each of the shows raised several $1,000s that is going to be donated to the venues and to the artists, and so it's been a really good start, and we're hoping to continue on as long as we need to, and then, maybe beyond.
Kind of a silver lining of all of this is like opening new doors that you maybe wouldn't think of unless you were forced to, which we were. So, Kevin, you are doing the Lord's work, helping keeping these venues alive. We want them all to be there on the back end of this, whenever and however that looks. We want to be there, and we really appreciate what you're doing. I do encourage everyone to go to your website, noisepop.com. You guys have really cool stuff going on. Besides the live stream series, you've got a really cool podcast up there. You've got GoFundMe links. You're really supporting the scene from every angle, and it's incredible. So thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thanks. Yeah, if I could also mention, ask people to check out our Culture Club program, which is sort of a new membership subscription thing that we launched with Patreon. This is membership started like $7, but the higher memberships in real life, when shows come back, the idea is sort of like Jukely, if you've ever heard of that, but you get to go to a number of shows or all the shows that we put on during a month for various price levels. And so, we're trying to sort of get ahead of things. Hard to market when there's no live shows, but we're getting there. So.
That's great. Man, I love that. If you've got a little money to give, definitely check that out because that's a worthy cause for sure. And all of us people are music lovers inside and out. So I love what you're doing. That's rad. So noisepop.com, Kevin Arnold, thank you for creating this amazing thing that you're doing and doing it all these years. It's really cool.
Right on. I appreciate it, Chasta.
All right. And we'll be hopefully, fingers crossed, working together in the future. We'd love to become allies with you guys and do anything we can to help everybody rise up in the Bay.
Yeah, let's talk more. I think we've got some exciting things we could do together. So
I think so too. All right, you guys, we'll be right back. You're watching Banding Together. This is Soundwaves TV.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. I'm walking on glass, trying not to move fast. Everything that I do, I'm always thinking of you. I'm trapped in the cold, life's got its hold. Always one of the boys, I never had a choice. And I'm waiting, anticipating, fading until the day when I open the gate. Feel the heat of my fire, hear my burning desire. I've got the heat of 1,000 suns, that's just me having some fun. Feel the heat of my fire as I'm climbing up higher. I'm just a girl rising up in a man's world, in a man's world. Yeah, in a man's world. Blood, sweat, and tears, facing my fears. I tell myself that I'm strong, what I'm doing ain't wrong. Life's coming on fast, I can't blink, it won't last. I keep my eye on the ball, you know I want it all. No more waiting, no more hesitating, I say it out loud and sing it out proud. Feel the heat of my fire, hear my burning desire. I've got the heat of 1,000 suns, that's just me having some fun. Feel the heat of my fire as I'm climbing up higher. I'm just a girl rising up in a man's world. And I'm burning, yes I'm burning, always burning inside. My heart is burning, yes it's burning, always burning for life. Feel the heat of my fire, yeah, my burning desire. I've got the heat of 1,000 suns, that's just me having some fun. Feel the heat of my fire as I'm climbing up higher. I'm just a girl rising up in a man's world, in a man's world, yeah, yeah. In a man's world, yeah, yeah.
Hi, this is Uriah from Points North. I hope you're having as much fun listening to this music as we did making it for you. This is a first for us doing anything remotely, and it shouldn't be because the three of us in the band don't live near each other. So this is, again, a really great opportunity. I'm glad we're turning it into something good, and I hope you're enjoying it as well. This next song is called Rites of Passage. It is from our latest release, which is self-titled, named Points North. And it's really a bitch to play on guitar, so watch Eric. I also play some keyboards with my feet while I'm tapping in 5 on the bass. I don't know why we do this. We like to turn technique into tunes, I guess. I hope you enjoy it, and see you around at the next concert.
Welcome back. It's all about banding together here on Soundwaves TV. It's awesome to see those interviews that you're doing, Chasta, because I mean, it really brings people, face to face with the motivation, with the heart, and with the mind, and what people are feeling when they're going into the situation that the whole world is involved in. But again, from a musician's perspective, it really breaks it all the way down to a human level that we are all in this together, and how much music is so very much needed. It always is, but now more than ever. I appreciate hearing that, Chasta.
Amen. We've been talking to people a lot today about what music really means to them. And it's so great to hear it from musicians, from people that are personalities on TV and radio here in the Bay. But also, I kind of ran the gamut with the interviews. And I thought that was important because we wanted to talk to people who ran venues, who ran local record stores, who had charities that were, getting money together to help the Bay Area scene. And I will say, I found something striking in all of this because it's been, a little doom and gloom to say the least, but I have found a ton of inspiration in having these conversations with people. And a lot of these people were ones that I met for the very first time via Zoom, looking as I am right now, but having these very heartfelt moments with people, because I realized something. All the interviews and all the conversations were the same thing, that everybody wants the same thing. They want music and arts in the Bay Area to not just survive, but to thrive.
Yeah.
There are people out there busting their butts, doing everything they can, pouring their heart and soul into projects, just like we have, putting banding together over the last couple of months. People do that all the time. And so it's been very inspiring to see that we're not alone in this fight of really making the Bay Area music scene the best thing it can be. Even in these circumstances, people haven't lost their hope and their inspiration. It's really incredible.
And it's great to see what the artists are doing to kind of keep themselves motivated, keep themselves moving, and getting their music out to people, because that's one of the things that we've always done at Soundwaves. But the thing about this version of Soundwaves that we're doing right now, these past 3 seasons here, that's so much different from what we did before. When Dennis and I was doing Soundwaves 30 some odd years ago, we were playing the big songs from the major labels and the big artists and all that sort of stuff, and we never broke local artists. That wasn't what the show was about. We were just MTV for Pacifica is what it was. Mm-hmm. But with this new version of the show, I've been introduced to so much new cool music. And so for me, that's been the amazing part of it, because I'm getting all this influx of all this new great music, all these different formats, all these different artists and everything. And storytellers are some of my favorite artists when it comes to music. And we've got a guy that's been on the show a handful of times, and rightfully so, because he is incredible. He's one of my favorite storytellers. His name is the Sam Chase, and his stuff is amazing. And he's been doing this great stuff over the past handful of weeks. He's been going on every week, hanging out, talking to the people. It's wonderful. If you haven't seen the Sam Chase before, you are going to dig this. Check this out.
Ain't got no problems, I ain't got no solutions. I ain't here to walk on water, I ain't fooled by your illusions. Oh, it's raining fire, I'm knee deep in blood. It's too late to be saved, oh, here comes the flood. I am just a non-believer and I got the Judgment Day blues. Oh, there's people on the banks with signs pleading for redemption. I never believed in the Messiah. This once I might make an exception. Oh, I guess I'm an evil sinner. Oh, but that's yesterday's news. And I can't wait until tomorrow when I got the Judgment Day blues. Oh, but there's a silver lining in this burning cloud of death. My friends are down here throwing a party and you're not on the list. The future don't look good, light coming up from underground. Oh, don't get me wrong, I think I'm alright. I've tried pretty damn hard to live a normal life. Oh, I ain't gonna be fooled. I can't believe it's true, but my feet would disagree because I'm shaking in my boots. Oh, I am just a non-believer and I got the Judgment Day blues. Oh, I can't wait until tomorrow and I got the Judgment Day blues. Oh, when you get to heaven, tell my mom sorry. She knows that I'm no saint, but I don't want her to worry. And then I see my mom and she's standing next to me. She says, boy, this apple does not fall too far from the tree. Oh, I will see you all in hell, and I got the Judgment Day blues. And I can't wait until tomorrow. Oh, I got the Judgment Day blues. I guess I'm just an evil sinner, and I got the Judgment Day blues.
Hey, what's up? My name is Moriah Formica. I'm a singer-songwriter from upstate New York, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about COVID-19 and how it's affected me personally in my career. So first thing is, obviously my livelihood is going out playing live shows. And with all this happening, obviously that can't happen, so I've had pretty much everything is canceled. So that means lost opportunities, lost exposure, lost money. But it's also affected me in a lot of positive ways because I've had the opportunity to be able to talk and interact with my fans more than ever. You know, I've been doing a lot of live streams, I've been sending out requests to people with like personal messages, and it's really given me an opportunity to get to know my fans on a more personal level than I did before, and to know how I affected them in their lives. So that's a little bit about how COVID-19 has affected me personally. And yeah, I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy.
I think you love leading me on and saying I'm not what you want. Making me a record play with my head. You know that shit is so wrong. You pull me in every direction. I think you just need the attention. Oh, it's making me sick. I can't take this anymore. Maybe you need someone else. Maybe you can go to hell. You took my heart, but you can't have me. You can't have my soul. And maybe I'd be better off alone. Sometimes I feel I can't breathe. Feels like it's smothering me. Give me some space, get out of my face. Why don't you just let me be? I hate when you get so possessive. Your kind of love is obsessive. Oh, you make me sick. I can't take this. Maybe you need someone else. Maybe you can go to hell. You took my heart, but you can't have me. You can't have my soul. And maybe I'd be
like Cusack, 1984. And I told you that she'd give me direction, that I feel a little less lost when I'm with you. I kept waiting for you to say me too. Just don't lie to me and tell me you love me. Just don't lie to me, no, don't tell me that I'm not needing, but I won't do. I caught a bus out to the city, got out, looked up and saw myself falling through the sky as you watched me pass by. And the skyscrapers looked like gravestones, and the paint was wet on the wall that bared our names. All at once, everything changed. And I told you that you'd give me direction, that I feel a little less lost when I'm with you. I kept waiting for you to say me too. Just don't lie to me and tell me you love me. Just don't lie to me, no, don't tell me that I am not needing. Just don't lie to me and tell me you love me. Just don't lie to me, no, don't tell me that I am not needing, but I won't lose. Just don't lie to me and tell me you love me. Just don't lie to me, no, don't tell me that I am not needing. Just don't lie to me and tell me you love me. Just don't lie to me, no, don't tell me that I am not needing, but I
Hey everybody, I'm Nick,
I'm McKenna.
and we are with
Careless Whisper. We are all 1980s and all over California, and we have a ton of fun performing for you guys.
We just want to give a big shout out to Soundwaves TV and say thank you for putting together this great episode called Banding Together. We are honored to be a part of it.
We want to send some love out to you all watching at home. We hope you're staying safe and being healthy and enjoying this time with family.
And with that, we'd like to introduce our cover video for Any Way You Want It by the famous Bay Area band Journey. Enjoy.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. everything. She loves to move, she loves to grow, she loves a loving things. All night, oh, every night. So hold tight, oh baby, hold tight. Yeah, she said any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She said any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. I was alone, I never knew what good love could do. Then we touched, then we sang about the loving thing. All night, oh, every night. So hold tight, oh baby, hold tight. Yeah, she said any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She said any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She said any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it.
Hey guys, Chasta here. Thank you so much for spending your day with us watching Banding Together. Our crew at Soundwaves TV, we're all pretty dang proud of what we did today. You know, putting all these performances together and supporting these local musicians and the venues and having these really important conversations to help save the music. You know, when all of this went down, music was one of the things that we really gravitated towards. And I think that's for a very specific reason, because to me, music equals human connection. You know, and that's one of the things that it is to be human, to connect to one another. We are able to talk and speak and love and hug and hold. And those things really come together a lot of times with music around, the soundtrack of our lives, right? Music can take you back to wonderful times in your life. It can take you back to hard times in your life. Hearing Bob Seger still to this day, even years after my dad has passed away, is like getting a hug from my dad in heaven. Music is so important to our soul. It is the universal language. It crosses all boundaries, all barriers. When we're together in a room rocking out to our favorite band and we're singing at the top of our lungs, we escape everything. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter who you voted for or who you love or none of that. It just matters that you're in the moment and that you feel that in your body, the passion that you have, the chills up your spine when you hear that favorite song of yours. That's what it's all about. That's why we're here today, to save the music. Because to me, if you save the music, you save the world. I happen to be a very spiritual person. So to me, this boils down to God's gift. To me, music is one of God's greatest gifts that he gave us as a human race, to be able to bond together and speak to one another across all of those barriers. You don't have to speak the same language. You just have to feel, and music is what we feel. So we've got one more video for you today from ZOLA. She's one of my favorite artists in the Bay because of her vocal tone. Her voice just really moves you. It grabs you so quick. And she's doing an incredible song that really surprised me. Gene Wilder's Pure Imagination. Here is ZOLA. You're watching Soundwaves TV.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see all the worlds of my creation will begin with a spin, traveling in a world of my creation. What you'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Wanna change the world, there's nothing to it. There's no life that I know to compare to pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Wanna change the world, there's nothing to it. There's no life that I know to compare to pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be.
What an amazing note to end on. Banding
absolutely.
together, Soundwaves TV. We love ZOLA and Pure Imagination. Gene Wilder, are you kidding me? She blows my mind.
Yeah.
She's so great. And I know you're going to be surprised to hear this, but I did tear up during that one. So
Yeah, we're all shocked by that.
I know it's only like the third time today, but what an incredible experience this has been today and the whole way through. Everything that you guys have not seen going into this special, which has been months, a couple months, 6-8 weeks, something like that, or I don't know, feels like 4 years, but a ton of work that has gone into this. So thank you, all of our Soundwaves TV crew. You guys amaze me, and I feel very, very proud and honored to do what we've done today.
I hope I'm not speaking out of turn when I just kind of throw this out there. I don't want to get anyone's hopes all up or anything, but I felt that this was basically just so awesome, so dope that, like, well, you know, why couldn't we do this again sometime soon?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
does it? I mean, you know, musicians, you know, they're always practicing, they're always rehearsing at home. So them recording themselves at home or in a home-like situation or some type of isolation is a pretty fun experience in a way. It's almost kind of like, you know, sometimes kind of like, you know, workshopping a song in front of people that may have already been done, but here's a different version of it that people may not have ever heard, or this won't be released a certain way. But I guess the point I'm getting to is, this was so cool that I for one, would love to do something like this again. where we just, break it out from our own little private place and throw it out, and we put it together on a Soundwaves episode like this. Do we have to wait for another shutdown? Hopefully that never happens again. But
I love that plan. I think it's fantastic.
Just throwing it out there. Just my thought. I thought it was that dope. I'd love to do something like this again.
It is a great idea, and just by the sheer influx of musicians saying, yes, I would love to do that. Absolutely, we should do that. Maybe not, 3.5 hours every week.
Yeah.
But
I didn't mean next week. No.
But soon. Let's talk about the 4th of July. How about that?
Sure. All right. Something like that.
All right. I want to thank everybody who watched, everybody who's been with us for, 25, 30 years, however long, or 2 years. A lot of you came to the show when we rebooted it. And I'm thrilled. It's one of those things, you do something for long enough, you go, who cares? Like, we're the only ones who care, and we're doing this for us. But the thing is that I'm getting is, like Sally Field said, you like us, you really like us. But more about us. It's not about us, it's about the scene. You get it. You like the scene. You like what's happening here, the vibe that's happening here. That's San Francisco history. And if we are in even a small part contributing to that, it makes me so proud. And what the hell are you doing, Steve? I'm in the middle of this heartfelt thing here going on, and you just like, what are you doing?
I know we're wrapping things up, and I got to do some shopping. And I don't know if they do free refills on these things or not, so I'm going to go check and see. So if we could kind of wrap this up here, that'd be great.
Priorities, right? Oh my
That's
God.
Right.
Take us out, Chasta.
Yeah, I get to follow that. So thank you guys so much for being here today. What an amazing event this has been. We're super proud to speak on behalf of the Bay Area music scene. It's kind of ambassadors of the scene and gathering the masses, whether it's in interviews, having important conversations, or putting these performances out in the world. Wow, what an honor. I'm so proud. I feel so blessed to be sitting in this seat right now. And I love my Soundwaves TV crew. I love my Soundwaves family. Thank you all so much for being here and for watching.
We love you back.
All right, you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good one.
Watching you guys.
Go get your drink.